Hi, this is Z from ZRanch123 with a detailed reinforcing video of the Kindle Fire USB port. The supplies needed is the liquid solder paste, flux, and the Loctite Chipbonder that you see. That's alcohol for cleaning. And 480 degrees is what we have our soldering point set at. It's a bevel edge soldering point. Here in the first section, we're basically resoldering the prongs that are there. It's only got 2 through-hole prongs, and that's the problem with this USB port. It lifts off very easily. It has 2 surface mount prongs that come off. Here we are applying Chipquik liquid paste. There you can see a close-up of the Chipquik that's applied, and that's what we use to solder the prongs. Also, we apply liquid flux to make it flow better. Here we're soldering the points, and as we're soldering, we're kind of pulling the solder a little bit away so it doesn't solder blob. You don't want to hold the soldering point at one point too long, other than power and ground, because it will then blob on you. The corners are ground right there, and the other end is +5, so those need to be really well soldered. Here you can see I'm kind of pulling, drawing the solder bevel edge point at 480 degrees. I'd had a lot of questions from our other videos about a close-up, and here you have the close-up and also the reinforcing of the port, which really is critical and the key to getting the port to stay. Just by soldering it back on, usually it will not stay because there is only those 2 prongs. Here you see cleansing of the what we put in there, the residue, and this is drying off the alcohol and the flux residue. So we just dry that off before applying the Chipbonder, Loctite Chipbonder, that we religiously use on all our repairs on USB ports. This is just injecting the Chipbonder at the crevices. You see, it holds much better because you got so many points of contact. It fills the crevices. Look at that. It's wrapped around in Chipbonder, and it's really almost impossible. It's like a ceramic finish when it hardens, and inside we put RTV silicone right there, and that keeps it also well adhered to the PCB. Here you see me taking out some of the RTV silicone and then putting it in between the little space between the USB port and the PCB, the printed circuit board, and that will add an extra layer of protection, of hold, to reinforce what we did with the Chipbonder. So the point is that just a small support metal piece will not hold as well, not even really half as well as Chipbonder, because it's gone into the crevices. It's now going to be dried. The temperature is 450 degrees that we applying the hot air to, and now it's gonna bond and dry to a ceramic, almost glass-like finish that's hard, and it's holding at many thousand points down there at the molecular level, and that's the key. And if you're doing this repair, make sure you got some way of reinforcing the port on the Kindle Fire, or else pop off. And